All right, back here working on the Jeep Liberty with a 3.7 V6. So today, basically, what I want to try to do, I'm going to get these surfaces cleaned up here, get the cylinder cleaned out there, and get all this surface here cleaned up nicely. Scrape it, get everything off of it, get all the oil, grime, everything off of this side as well as this side. Get everything cleaned up. This side here, honestly, is already pretty clean. This had a new head and everything already installed, so gonna get it all cleaned up, and then hopefully, kind of the plan, I'm gonna actually rotate this just a touch. You guys can see that's actually off just a touch from being on top dead center. So I need to turn this motor just a little bit to the right, which I should be able to do down here. Put a crescent right here and barely bump it over, and then we'll be back on top dead center. And I'm probably going to make that a completely separate video as far as the timing and how that all works. So installing your timing set and your guides, your tensioners, and getting everything back together. So basically where I'm going to go right now, again, get this all cleaned up. Get that surface prepped, ready for my heads. I do have my heads over here. I've cleaned my heads all up. I've got this one ready to go. The other one's in this box down here. Valve covers cleaned up. I've got the water or the timing set here cleaned up as well as the front of where the water pump bolts on. I've got a new water pump. I need to go through this too. I need to pull this seal out because I have a new crank seal. So I'll get that swapped out. And again, like I said, I've got a new water pump and gasket. I've also got a new thermostat, so I will yank this off, put a new thermostat in there. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Like I said, I've got the gasket kit over there. It's a gasket. See, I basically picked all these parts up from Rock Auto, but that's engine gasket and components. So pretty much you're getting your valve cover gaskets. You got your valve, or I believe these are for your bolts, your rubber grommets that go on all the bolts and the valve covers. You got your, not seeing, I'm pretty sure it comes with the exhaust manifold. I'm guessing maybe that's what that's supposed to be, just because, as you guys can tell, this picture is not the right engine. This is probably for a V8 or an inline 4. I'm not real sure, but hopefully they sent me the right gasket kit now, because now I'm kind of a little bit leery. Again, I know what I ordered, so let me open this up real quick why I'm here, because now you got me worried that this has got me worried that they sent me the wrong kit, which would really suck. Sorry guys about the camera kind of going all over the place here, but well, hopefully that's not the case, but I guess we're about to find out. And it's not the case, thank God. All right, so we do have the right gasket kit, I can tell. Sorry again, guys, but yeah. So yeah, you got two valve covers here. These head gaskets, you got your two valve covers. This is the right head gasket. You do have, it does look like it came with valve seats. I wasn't real sure if it did. I'm probably not replacing my valve seats. Hopefully I won't regret that. It did come with the high grade temp for the timing cover. I did buy some because I wasn't sure. I also got some blue Loctite, which I'll show you where I'm using that. And I think that's about it. It looks like you got your new O-rings for probably the injectors. Yeah, I'm not sure what else. Like I said, I think most of these are going to be for your bolts on your valve covers. But yeah, so Like I said, I was a little bit worried because, again, this is a 4-cylinder, and the stuff, the kit picture down here, but that's not necessarily the case. This actually is the right gasket kit. So again, do have the exhaust manifold, so I'm good. But yeah, so I'm gonna get basically get this all cleaned up, and like I said, my goal for this evening is to get the heads on and hopefully get the timing set all put together, which I'm going to kind of show a little bit of that, how I plan to do that. So we'll cut back here in just a minute when I get started. All right, guys, I've got everything cleaned everything off on the front, both heads and the header pipes. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually do the left side first. I'm going to wipe everything down with a rag, and normally I'd use like a brake clean or alcohol or something, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use some paint thinner. Just basically get all the oil. Basically what we're going to do is just clean this surface, make sure it's as clean as possible. Then we'll set the gasket on it after it dries, get it wiped down good. And once we get everything wiped down good, I'm going to set the head on this side, and then we will actually torque this head down, and then I'll jump over, do the same thing on this side. Once I have both heads torqued, I'm going to roll this to top dead so I can make sure I can see that piston first. Then I am going to install my cams, also the headers, get the headers put on, the gaskets on that, and then cams, get all my rockers, everything put back in. And I think from that point, then we will probably cut and end this video, to be 100% honest. And I'm probably going to jump in and start another video on just the timing set. Again, I want to go in a little more detail on that. There are a couple good videos online of doing this. So again, I'm going to give my 2 cents on it, and what works for me, because again, I may start this and think this is the way I'm going to do it, and it doesn't work out right. So but we'll jump into that in just a minute. So I'll cut back here in a second once I get this head on and we start the torque sequence here. All right, guys, so I've got the passenger side head on, new gasket in. I did get all new bolts with this as well, so we'll go ahead. Basically, I'm going to try to open these up here without dropping them. So pretty much what I'm going to do with these is just get these, start them here, hopefully in the right spot, and get them finger tight. And then I need to get my manual and see what the specs are on these, but yeah, basically going to start that. I do need to put that plug back in right there, so I'm going to do that real quick too before I forget, because that would be basically, I think, one of the original issues with this. So possibly it may have been silver, but I just don't see how it could have been with that little wrench being able to pull it out. So I'm gonna get that in real quick, get all these bolts in just like that one, basically get them all finger tight, and then I'll get my manual up here and go over the torque sequences and get this head torqued down. Like I said, I'll jump over to this one and do the same. So got everything just snug, hand tight. So got both heads on here. Again, got everything snugged up. So the next step is going to be grabbing the manual, because I don't remember the torque specs off the top of my head. I'll get those up here, gotta get my torque wrench, and we'll start torquing down the heads, get the heads torqued. And like I said, I'm probably going to end the video there. I may go ahead and put my my cams in, torque those down, and then I'll probably end the video for this part. I'm going to continue probably working on. I did get this rotated a little bit to where it's dead back at top center, or close enough. I mean, you guys can tell what that piston's all the way up over here, and I mean, you're as close as you're going to get. So got that rotated where it needs to be, and like I said, I've got that cleaned up. I'm gonna wipe it down a little better. I do need to drain the oil out of this. You guys can see how brown and just kind of milky looking, I guess, almost looks like chocolate milk. down there in the bottom. So I need to get this oil drained out, and then I'll probably throw some cheap oil in it, run it, put maybe a couple 100 miles on it, take it down the highway ways, and then I'm probably gonna flush it again because just to get all that moisture, all that antifreeze basically out of the system. So hopefully this will fix my issue when I'm done. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I may still have problems, you never know. But yeah, so I'm gonna get that stuff up here and we'll get back on it. Before my light goes dead on me again, I'm gonna go ahead, let me find my other torque wrench here. I'm not sure where I set it. There's my, oh, it's right here in front of me. Duh. Okay, so I've got my torque wrench here already set up. Basically, what this states to do is you go through all your bolts. On the inside, you do 20 foot-pounds, and then you go back through and you double check, make sure they're all set at 20 foot-pounds. Once you get your 20 foot-pounds on all your larger bolts, your 15 mils, which are 10 millimeter bolts, then you jump out here to your 10 mils, which are 8 millimeter bolts, and you tighten these all down to 120 inch pounds. Once you get those tightened to inch pounds, then we're going to do the 90 degree, which I ended up going ahead and biting the bullet and bought a 90 degree angle gauge, I guess is what you call it. So I've got one of those, and then when we're done with that, then you jump back to the small bolts and you tighten those down to 19 foot-pounds. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm going to start, make sure I'm doing the right ones. So number one's here. I'm going to go back and make sure that's at 20 foot-pounds. So there. Then you're going to jump to number two, which is right there. We're going to do the same thing. And we're going to go to 3. 20 foot-pounds. There we go. 4. Okay. And then I think 5. Let me go back to my manual here. Yep. 5 is this one. There we go. 6 is back here. Okay. Then we'll go to 7. Maybe I'll go to 7. There we go. 7. And then 8 is here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to jump over here to this side. 1. Hold on a second. Let me, my book may not be in the way here. There we go. Jump back on 1. There's 1. Oops. And I may have to move my light over here. There we go. There's 2. Okay. 3. 4. Okay, 5. 6. Sorry guys, not even doing on the video. 7. And 8 is back here. There we go. Oops, my wrench got turned on me here. There. And 8. Okay, so now that those are all done, I'm gonna jump over here, grab my extension off. So my torque wrench down here where I will not remember where I put it. And grab my 10 mil. Okay, so I've got this set up again at 120 foot-pounds. You're gonna start here, this very first one. This is what will be called in your book, if you have one, number 9. And if you snug these up, I could have got this a little snugger. There we go. I'm gonna jump out here to this one. Make sure I'm not here. Yep. Yep. Then we'll go to the back one. This is number 11 now. There we go. And then last here. There we go. Okay, so that gets everything torqued to the initial specs here. So grab my wrench. Sorry guys, trying to pull this. Well, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. There we go. Sorry. This is the initial, and that probably just fell, so awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. So now, let me open up this tool real quick. Again, this is what I bought. This is a angle gauge, so let me get this opened up, and then we'll give this a go. So the 90-degree tool, I'm gonna be honest with you, not a huge fan of this. I'm not real sure. I'm assuming you set it at 90 degrees and you turn it or set it at 0. Again, you're supposed to be able to set this. I guess the issue I was having, the way you're supposed to set this up is you set that here, just like that, and then when you turn, it rests against your just the edge there of your head. Yeah, I was not having the greatest luck getting my socket in the right place to do it. So tried it, worked. It works. It's just yeah, it's kind of awkward, to be 100% honest. Like as you're turning it, you're kind of in the way where you can't really see your degrees and different things. So I ended up just starting at, say, 12 o'clock here, but depending on where I was at on the engine, some of them I started basically here, and I turned it 90 degrees and got it close. And then I set my torque wrench on one and adjusted until it clicked, and then I went back over everything just to make sure everything's kind of in the similar spec. Not a huge fan, to be honest, of this 90-degree deal. So, but you can use it. To me, it was just easier to do it at just 90-degree turn. So pretty much same thing. This is just a tool that you're a little more accurate. So anyway, got that done. Did get these front bolts torqued to 19 degrees. So now the head is completely torqued down. You guys are kind of wondering. So here's your first. You're at 20 foot-pounds, 1 through 8. So if you look over here on the diagram, you got 1 through 8. You're going to do this twice. So you're going to do 1 through 8, both cylinders, and then you're going to do it again, both cylinders, and then you're going to jump down to your 120 inch-pounds. That's 9 through 12. That's these front little ones here. You're going to do those once, and then you're going to do your 1 through 8 again, the 90 degrees. Once you're done with that, you jump back down do your 19 foot-pounds, 9 through 12, and your heads on. So, camshaft sprockets 90 degree, or they're 90 foot-pounds. Exhaust manifold is 18. Camshaft caps are 100 inch-pounds. So that's going to be the next thing. Is get my cans, my caps on, and then we'll go from there. So, anyway, I'm probably, to be honest, I'm going to leave in this video here for tonight. Again, it took me a little longer to get everything gathered up today to get started, so probably gonna leave it here. I do have the heads on. Next, we install in the cams, get those put in place, and then, like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video on the timing chains and all that good stuff. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to help you guys out. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.